Gustav zu Seine Wittgenstein-Berleburg and Karina Axelsson welcomed their second child, a girl, through a surrogate mother. Monarchies are modernizing, as evidenced by the controversial use of surrogacy. Gustav zu Seine Wittgenstein-Berleburg, the nephew of Margrethe and first cousin of Frederick, and Karina Axelsson once again turned to surrogacy to become parents. They did so in May 2023 when their first child, Gustav Albrecht, was born, and again in 2024 when their daughter was born on April 26 in the United States. Both are 54 years old, and although they have been together for a long time, they had to delay marriage due to a law passed in the Seine Wittgenstein-Berleburg house. This restriction has led them to become parents at an advanced age, but they still desired to have children. Therefore, after consulting with family, they decided to try surrogacy, resulting in the birth of their first child, Gustav Albrecht. A few months later, they decided to give the baby a little sister, and on April 26, the little princess was born, whose name is unknown. Gustav and Karina live in Germany, in Berleburg Castle. Surrogacy is prohibited by law in Germany, but that's not all. Children from other countries cannot be registered. According to German law, the mother is the woman who gave birth to the child, and that is what is stated in the documents, so it is unclear how the princes managed to have Karina listed as the birth mother, and even if the eggs belong to the princess, presumably frozen at some point, she is not considered the mother of the child. According to German law, the mother of the child is the woman who gave birth to it, that is, the surrogate mother, not the intended mother. This means that the future German mother is not considered related to the child under German law and, accordingly, does not pass on German citizenship. The German Ministry of Foreign Affairs website says, "The situation is different with the father." Assuming that the genetic material belongs to Prince Gustav, the documents state that he is the father. There is inequality in legal relationships between the princes and their two children. Doubts that the Berleburg Palace refuses to clarify have been kept silent for many years. Gustav and Karina were publicly congratulated by members of the Danish royal family, assuring that they are very happy as already mentioned. The couple has a rather unusual love story. The prince and Karina could not decide to get married for reasons dating back to World War. To understand the prince's story, one must go back to his grandfather on his father's side, Gustav Albrecht, who was a high-ranking general in the German army and had close ties to Nazism. So much so that before his death, he stated in his will that none of his heirs could marry a woman who was not a noblewoman and of Aryan race, under penalty of losing their title, head of the Seine Wittgenstein-Berleburg house and their castle. Gustav Albrecht's firstborn, Richard, who died in 2017, followed these rules to the letter, marrying one of the most sought-after princesses in Europe, Benedict of Denmark. However, his grandson Gustav fell in love with a woman who does not possess any of these characteristics. Karina is neither an Aryan nor a noblewoman. Therefore, they lived together for many years but never said yes to each other. Karina herself spoke about this in 2016, "I don't care that I'm not married to Gustav. He is the man of my life and the one I want to be with." None of the Seine Wittgenstein-Berleburg family supported this outdated law, and the whole family supported Gustav when he decided to go to court to have the German Supreme Court take action. This was not the only dynastic problem Gustav faced. It was only in the summer of 2020 that the appeals court of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia overturned his grandfather's will. In 2022, Gustav and Karina got married, and a year later, in May 2023, they became parents to a surrogate child, a boy who, interestingly, was named Gustav Albrecht, the same name as his grandfather, whose will had prevented their marriage for so many years. Now the couple has a daughter.